Of all the superheroes out there, Batman has always been one of my personal favorites. The crime-fighting vigilante with the rock-hard abs and the rock-hard nips. We don't talk about that. But what I also like is the NES. So what if there was a way I could have Batman on the NES? Now this is gonna be a doozy.
Don't forget about Return of the Joker.
Where did you come from?
That's none of your concern. Just get to the damn retrospective. You wouldn't want the viewers to be rubbing their rhubarbs, now would you?
Are you just gonna keep changing the entire video?
Yes!
Cut back so we can change him, cut back so we can change him, cut back so we can change him, cut back so we can change him!
Batman NES was released in 1989 by the boys at Sunsoft as a tie-in to the Tim Burton film of the same name. One of my favorite adaptations of the Caped Crusader. It's an excellent acted, well-directed, and brutishly gothic film. The NES game is a very loose adaptation. It only really borrows the likenesses of the main actors and references some scenes from the film. It takes many liberties by going in its own direction of being an action-based platformer, and mainly just focuses on trying to be a hard-as-bat-balls game. Sunsoft is known for other games on the NES such as Blaster Master, Journey to Silius, and Fester's Quest. Well, we can't all be perfect. Does Batman 89 as a licensed movie tie-in game, which, as you should know, they don't usually have the best track record in the gaming industry, punch through all the hate with its bat fists and fly to victory? Well,
let's find out!
Like I said, the plot of the game is loosely related to the movie. TLDR, Batman is trying to save Gotham from Joker and his Prince music. Seriously, that is so fucking odd to me to this day. And also get revenge on him for killing his parents in this universe of the Batology.
There was also a Revenge of the Joker game, but I'm not going to be playing that because I don't want to be touching something that came out of Jokey's joke hole.
Oh, come on, it wasn't that bad. I actually found it secretly arousing.
I can castrate you in over 500 different ways, so I suggest you shut it!
The game is split into 5 stages, where you run, punch, and jump your way through enemies in your way, get to the end of the level to fight a boss, and eventually get to the Joker, baby, and beat him. Other means of dispatching foes is by using the weapons that you have on your good old utility belt. They all have different amounts of ammunition that they use. You press start to switch between them, and select is pause for some reason? There's the Batarang, which uses only 1 weapon point, the Bat Gun, which uses 2, and the Bat Buzzsaw, which uses 3. Foes can drop ammo to help you use your weapons more often, health to, heal you, which I swear rarely ever drops for me, and the letter B, which gives you points that literally serve no purpose. You can't get extra lives, but you do have infinite continues. And there's checkpoints sprinkled throughout the levels, so it shouldn't take you too long to get back to where you were, but don't expect to get there with full health if you don't know how to play. And if you're gonna play, you need to master not only punching and weapon throwing, but wall jumping. Yes, taking a page out of Ninja Gaiden, Batty Boy here can latch onto walls and jump off of them. You need to know how they work so you can deal with the challenges ahead. And it's kinda hard to explain, but you pretty much just want to jump into the wall and then jump away in order to get higher so you can do it consistently. It's like a motion you keep doing with your fingers and the controller. You do get a little push in before you do, and the same goes for jumping normally. I mean, considering he's wearing a suit that he can't turn his head independently from his neck, that checks out. The visuals are always a highlight of this game. Seeing the dreary setting of Gotham in 8 bits is so mesmerizing. The colors and detail are second to none. Truly an intimidatingly pretty game. Which is basically how Batman could be described.
Alfred, I'm so cute, ooh woo, aren't I?
Yes, Master Bruce, totes adorbs.
What the actual fuck did you just say to me right now? Get out of my sight. Get out of my sight.
The music too is really bat-bangingly awesome to hear. You can just feel the echoey, edgy choir of those 5 sound channels just giving it their all. like Batman himself, this game is very hard. Not Lost Levels hard, and especially not the one that we don't speak about, or the one game that every NES player fears. Once again, I'm taking pages out of Ninja Gaiden. Batman on NES requires you to approach enemies carefully, plan each jump accordingly, and after some bullshit enemy placement ruins your run, which forces you to retry dozens of times until you get lucky and get over it, but then another one appears, and then you just cry in the corner for hours.
We've all been there, right? Many times.
Not looking too good, are you?
Read the room, man. Wait, you're not the Joker. Get out of here, Kefka.
Oh, excuse me. I was just trying to be nice and not be a crazy psychopath that spreads hate and pain on others. But if that's how you're going to treat me, then you can go fuck off. I'm out of here, you stupid ant. Ugh.
I swear, they took some of the most forgettable villains to be bosses. Like, who's ever heard of Mothman, Lightning Man, other Lightning Man, this Boo Beam Mega Man 2 ripoff, and these pissy squares? Well, I'll give it credit. At least that one is unique. This isn't a boss, but fuck this foe in particular. He's big, aggressive, and he takes like 17 lines of coke because he's more cuckoo than the guy who casted Jared Leto as the Joker. Eventually you reach the cathedral, where after facing these stupidly impossible not to get hit by gears, and by filling up on health by these enemy spawners, and facing the other Lightning Man, you can face against the Clown Prince of Crime, and the #1 dollar bill face nominee, the Joker. And he can summon lightning? Excuse me? Well, no matter, your Zeus powers and big gun can't stop the power of button mashing! And then we see the satisfying ending, where Bruce gets his revenge by punching Joker off the tower to his death. And it's shown in an excellent visual nod to the comics, slowly zooming in on Joker's lifeless body, all while that amazing score shows that even in his final moments, he was smiling. Quite the interesting title for the NES. My criticisms with the game are pretty much just in the difficulty and the length. I wish we could get extra lives, and that there were more levels, and that the game took more scenes and aspects from the film, but even still, it's a miracle that it was a good game and that it was licensed. Not many games can say that.
But we're not done yet. I got my revenge on the old Bat Brat in the follow-up, only known by...
Released in 1991, Batman Return of the Joker is a sequel to Batman '89, but whereas that game was a loose adaptation of the Tim Burton film, this game is not a movie tie-in. Instead, it makes up its own story by bringing back the Joker, baby! Even though he fell like over a bajillion feet in the air. Now I know where all those extra lives went. Joker stole them so he could come back.
How do you think I keep coming back all the time in different shows and movies?
Corporate contracts?
Well, if you want to do it the not funny way, that's fine. But my shtick is more humorously insane.
Batman, he's gonna do a bad touchy on me.
Okay, I'll be calm. Woo, I'll be calm now. Woo. The gameplay is very different in this one. Instead of a Ninja Gaiden cross between River City Ransom, it's now akin to Contra. Batman uses primarily a gun that's pretty standard, but it can be upgraded to different kinds of shots, like a spread that's a little too up-angular for my liking, a trippy wavy pattern, a homing gun that's not very strong, and my personal favorite, a single-shot weapon that's decently strong. But here's the kicker, by holding down the fire button, all the guns can do special kinds of shots, like a circling fireball, a laser,
a what?
a barrage of shots that spread outward that do crazy damage up close. This one's my personal favorite. There's some variety in the 7 levels. They're split into 2 or 3 sections, and there'll either be a 2D run and gun section, a shoot 'em up section a la Gradius, and then there's the boss fights, which change into like a one-on-one kind of fight, and they have these health bars at the bottom, and you basically just have to keep attacking each other until one loses all their health. Some other gameplay aspects include a password feature that allows you to pick back up where you were, And they were kind enough to put the password on the level you're on in the pause screen. There's also checkpoints and infinite continues to help out with the gruesome difficulty, but I'll get to that in a minute. You once again have a health bar like the first game, but exclusive to this game, you have this bar slightly below it that fills up whenever you collect these backpack energy capsules that drop from enemies that when full somehow make you invincible for a bit, and you can keep collecting more while you're invincible, which will make it last a little longer.
Nothing about this place makes sense.
A larger emphasis was placed on visual details and presentation. Return of the Joker is one of the most visually pleasing games on the NES. And this was the same year as the Super Nintendo. There's tons of detailed backgrounds and sprites and a lot of parallax scrolling. The music also complements that as well. The same dreary gothic choir and the sounds from the first game is still here, and it's just as amazing to listen to. The difficulty is the one aspect that's the biggest hurdle to come over in this game. Really terrible enemy placement, pixel-perfect moves that are required to avoid certain attacks, obstacles that can blindside you not from visual observation, but only by being hit by it unexpectedly so you can avoid them later. That kind of game design really rides up my ass. The first game had some enemies that were like that, but at least they were telegraphed and you had plenty of time to avoid them, except these fuckers, I fucking hate them, ugh! The bosses don't really have this problem mostly, but again, why did you use the most nothing Batman villains for this game? I mean, you weren't limited to the movie this time, why couldn't you get other villains in there, like the Riddler, the Scarecrow, Bane, or Mr. Freeze? Instead you have big men with gun, computer vagina, and big robot boy. I mean, this guy in the tank is pretty cool, and then you got Joey Jokester here, who stole Dr. Wily's flying machine and throws bubbles at you. I don't know what it was with the NES's obsession with bubbles that hurt you. Whatever. After reaching Joker's Island and blowing up Mr. J and his wonderful toys, we escape in the Batwing and fly away from the explosion, disappearing into the night. The day is saved once again, with the only thing in our minds being lobster thermidor and bat dress-up parties. Thank you all for watching the video, especially the part about me. If for some reason you liked it, hit that subscribe button, or I'm gonna sneak some Smilex in your shampoo tonight.
You must be joking.
Do I look like I'm joking? Joker, you're not gonna be doing any bad touchies on my watch.
Wait, Bat Brain, I was just